Your pores are not the problem. The way you're treating them is. If you've ever zoomed into a photo and felt your stomach drop because of how big your pores looked, you're not alone. And the wildest part? Some of the biggest supermodels in the world, women who get photographed in 8K resolution under the harshest studio lights, deal with the exact same insecurity you do. But they've figured out a few tricks that most people never talk about, tricks that have nothing to do with expensive procedures or magic products. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what Naomi Campbell does before she even touches a serum, why Linda Evangelista says her pores got visibly smaller after one specific change, and the one thing a supermodel esthetician does with nothing but an ice cube. Stick around because number 4 completely changed how I think about pores, and it might change how you see yours too. Let's get one thing straight before we go any further, because this is something almost nobody explains properly. Pores don't actually shrink. That's the annoying truth nobody wants to hear. They're just tiny openings in your skin, and genetics decide how big they start out. No cream, no serum, no miracle product changes that basic fact, no matter what the packaging promises you. But here's the good news. The way they look, how noticeable they are in photos, on camera, or even just staring back at you in the mirror, is almost entirely something you can control. And that's exactly what these models have mastered over years of being in front of a camera. It's not about erasing pores completely, because that's impossible. It's about making them disappear from the moment someone actually looks at your face. So, why do pores look bigger in the first place? It usually comes down to 3 things. Oil buildup sitting inside the pore and stretching it out over time, dead skin cells piling up on the surface, and dehydration. That last one sounds backwards, but dry skin actually makes pores look more sunken and obvious because the surrounding skin loses its plumpness and firmness. Now add stress, bad sleep, constant flights, and harsh studio lighting, which is literally every single day for these women, and you've got the perfect recipe for pores that look twice their actual size on camera. This is the exact problem these models had to solve early on. Unlike us, they don't get the luxury of hiding behind a filter or flattering lighting. Their skin gets seen in extreme close-up, under conditions that show absolutely everything. So they had to figure out what actually works and drop what doesn't. So how do they fix it? Let's start with Naomi Campbell, because her approach might surprise you. She said her mother drilled one habit into her since she was a little girl: moisturize constantly no matter what. She reaches for a lightweight face mist throughout the day to keep her skin hydrated, because dry skin makes pores look worse, not better. But the part that really stood out to me is her use of at-home microneedling. She uses a small tool covered in tiny needles that create microchannels in the skin, which helps her skincare actually sink in instead of just sitting on the surface. It sounds intense for a home routine, and you have to be incredibly careful with sanitizing the tools, but it's become one of her go-to steps before big events and shoots. Now let's talk about Linda Evangelista, because her story is honestly one of the more convincing ones out there. She started using a specific serum morning and night. No skipping, no cheating. Within 3 weeks, she said her pores looked visibly smaller and her overall skin tone had evened out. She was so impressed by the change that she ended up becoming the creative director of that exact brand years later. Now, I want to be clear here. Results like this vary a lot from person to person, and there's no single product on earth that magically works the same way for everyone. But what her story really shows is something more important than the product itself: consistency. Using the same routine every single day without skipping is often the real secret behind visible, lasting change. It's not the bottle, it's the habit behind it. Christy Turlington takes a completely different approach, and honestly, it might be the most realistic one on this entire list. She keeps things simple, almost boring in her own words. A cleansing balm, a vitamin C step, and that's basically the whole routine. No 10-step process, no 20 different products layered on top of each other. And that's actually backed by something dermatologists repeat constantly. Overloading your skin with too many products, especially harsh exfoliants and strong actives all at once, can actually irritate your skin and make your pores look even worse because of inflammation. Sometimes less really is more, even for someone whose entire job depends on her face. Now here's the one that surprised me the most out of everything I found while researching this. Miranda Kerr works with a New York-based esthetician who's basically known in the industry as the supermodel skin whisperer. One of her go-to tricks before a big shoot is shockingly simple: gliding an ice cube over the skin in slow, gentle circles for a minute or two. The cold temperature causes the blood vessels near the surface to tighten up temporarily, which makes pores look smaller and reduces puffiness almost instantly, right before your eyes. It's not permanent, it wears off within an hour or two. But if you need your skin to look flawless for photos or an event, this is the exact backstage trick professionals actually use behind the scenes. No expensive products required, just something from your freezer. Alessandra Ambrosio and Sarah Sampaio, both known for their years walking in the Victoria's Secret show, lean heavily on hyaluronic acid as a daily staple. This ingredient pulls moisture into the skin and keeps it plump throughout the day. And plump, hydrated skin makes pores look shallower because the skin surrounding them isn't sunken in and dry anymore. It's a simple, affordable swap, but it's one of the most repeated tips across the entire modeling industry for a reason. And then there's Romy Stride, whose morning routine starts with something most people skip entirely: steam. A warm towel pressed against the face for a few minutes. While pores don't actually open and close like windows, the heat from the steam softens the hardened oil and dirt trapped inside them. This makes it incredibly easy to clear them out before she applies her lightweight facial oil. So here's where all of this comes together. Notice a pattern forming? None of these women are relying on some miracle product that costs hundreds of dollars a bottle. It's hydration, consistency, gentle exfoliation, and knowing when to keep things simple instead of piling on more products. The biggest mistake most people make is overcomplicating their routine, throwing every trending product at their face at once, and then wondering why their skin looks more irritated instead of clearer and calmer. If you take one thing from this video, let it be this: stop chasing the idea of shrinking your pores completely, because that's simply not realistic for anyone. Start focusing on keeping your skin hydrated, calm, and consistently cared for instead. That's what actually changes how your pores look in real life. The habits matter far more than the price tag on the product ever will. If you want all the beauty secrets, the behind the scenes, and exact step-by-step routines that most models do, we break down these subjects weekly. So subscribe to have those videos in your feed and not miss a single one.